All right, everybody, let's get started. Go ahead and find the end of your mat. Sure, we'll have a few people join us here in just a minute or so. And we're just going to roll our shoulders. Go. So we're going to warm up with some big movements here this morning. So you're going to take a deep breath up. Good. Now you're just going to step back with your right foot and find a warrior two, but don't bend too deep. Yep. Then come back up to the front. Good. And then we're going to go back left. Yep. Think of it more as the big stepping back than an actual warrior two. And then right again. So we're stretching out the back leg and up. And then left. And up. Good. Start to stretch back a little further if you can. Good. Warming up that back leg with the stretch. Warming up that front leg with the strength. And up. Good. Forward fold. Hands to the shins, standing extension. Ooh, my back just went pop, pop, pop. And unhinge. Once you reach the top, take a deep breath. We're going to bring the left arm up and over, leaning mountain. And then the right arm up and over, leaning mountain. Inhale up and bring the hands into prayer. Good, just take some time here going side to side, ear to shoulder. Good, and take a deep breath up. Exhale, keep that back straight till you can't, then fold. Standing extension, soften the knees just a little bit, reach through the spine. Good. Now just unhinge and then step back again with that right leg and sink into your warrior two. Good. Now we're going to lift to the center, turn your feet down the right side of your mat. Exhale and sink here right in the middle. Inhale back up. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, turn again. Sink in the center. Inhale back up. Back to warrior two. Inhale up. Sink in the center. And up, warrior two. Good, and this time, keep the legs straight. Turn and over into wide-legged fold. Reach those arms through your legs. Feel that space created in your inner thighs, back of your thighs, and in your back. Good. From here, put your hands on the floor. Roll your shoulders. So it's like a standing extension, except our legs are wide, right? Shoulders are down. Take a breath. And we're going to make a straight line from the right hand on the floor up to the left hand at the ceiling. Use that bottom hand to push you around. Good enough. Slowly make your way the other way. You are forcing it, if you want to use that term, a little bit, but not so much to hurt yourself, right? Good. Come back to the center. Now, you can feel this on your own. You may want to walk your legs in a little bit. I'm going to keep my hands on the floor. If you want to bring your forearms to your legs, you can. Take a breath and just sink here. I'm bringing my forearms or my upper arms into the inside of my thighs. Exhale, lift that up. And inhale, sink back in. Exhale, lift that up. And sink back in. Think about your tailbone dropping lower than your head. Straighten that back out. And now just turn those feet back to a warrior stance. Walk your left hand over. Now kick the right hip away and open everything up to your right. Triangle pose. Turn toward the top of your mat and step back to downward dog. Good. Walk the hands out, spread the fingers out. Take a little walk with your legs if you want to. Good. Drop your knees and sit back into child's pose. Good. Now from this child's pose, take your hands wider than your mat, just a little wider. And we're going to let the arms come out to the outside, and I'm going to scrape my chest to the floor. So it's like I'm smelling the mat here. Come forward and then come all the way back. Inhale forward, exhale up and push back. So we're making a big circle here. Inhale forward, exhale up and sit back. Inhale forward, exhale up, sit back. Inhale forward, exhale up and sit back. One more. Good. From here, just walk everything up into a cat stretch. And then sink that spine into cow. Good. Roll up onto your shins. Step forward with your left leg. And let's just enjoy a kneeling lunge here. Roll the shoulders back. Grab those hands behind you or crisscross them behind you. Find your posture here. Ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. So try to focus on keeping your head back and your hips forward. Sometimes we feel like we're coming more forward, but we're at 90-90 here and we're doing this. What we want is this, right? Good, we're gonna put our hands to the floor, tuck your back foot, and step about halfway in. Good, unhinge here. Good, now we're gonna lift that back, the front toes, put your weight into your back leg, sit back into your hips, reach down, straight back, circle all the way up. Good, inhale down. Feel that lengthening in the back of your leg and exhale up. Inhale all the way down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Take a breath at the top. Split your fold. If you need to adjust your legs at all here, feel free to do that. Pull your weight into your hips. It's easy to kind of just push all the weight into the front leg. Keep your weight pushed back. And take a breath as you step in. Inhale into a standing extension. Move the ribs off the hips. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and unhinge. Good job. Take a breath. Good. Come to prayer. And inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Lift into a standing extension. Now inhale as you unhinge. Step back with your left leg and find that warrior two. Good. Inhale up, turn down the left side of your mat. Exhale, sink in the middle. Inhale up, turn those feet, go back to warrior two. Inhale, turn center, down the left side, and sink. And up, turn, and warrior two. Lift, turn, and sink. Lift, turn, warrior two. And turn, sink. Lift up, take a breath, and wide-legged fold. Reach through those legs. Relax your head. And put your hands on the floor. And now we're going to take the right hand up. So make sure your left hand is right under your shoulder or under your heart, and rotate up to the ceiling. Feel the rib cage turn. Breathe into your belly and slowly make your way the other way. And now come center. And again, adjust your feet any way you need to. And we're going to sink the hips here, tailbone lower than the head. Hands can be on the floor, or you can put them up on your forearms. Inhale and lift that. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lift. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. And inhale and sink the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And keep the legs straight. Just turn your feet back to a warrior stance. Walk the right hand over toward the right leg. Now kick your left hip away first. Find a big breath. Exhale, open up. Turn toward the top of your mat and step back to downward dog. Good. Walk that if you want to. And drop your knees. Sit back into your child's pose. And now look toward the top of your mat. Take your hands out a little wider than your mat. If you need to widen out your knees, you can. Inhale as you slide that nose all the way to the top of your mat and push yourself up and then back. Exhale. Inhale, up and back. Exhale. Inhale forward, push up, then back. Exhale. Inhale forward, push up, then back. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale forward, push up, sit back. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale forward, push up, push back, and exhale. Walk yourself up here and find a great big cat stretch. And feel the spine sink here as you move into cow. Keep the breath moving. And roll up onto your shins. And we'll step forward with the right leg. Good. Take the hands behind you. Crisscross them, clasp the hands. Again, focus on pushing the hips forward and keeping the head high. Remember, if you're wobbly in your kneeling stance, take your front leg a little wider. So if I'm here, I might be kind of losing my balance. So I'm going to walk my foot wider. It also gives me a place for my hips to kind of sink into. Good. Put your hands on the floor, tuck your back foot, and you're going to step halfway in with your left leg. Unhinge. Pick up your toes. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale. So we're bending that left knee and sinking down into the hips. And come all the way up. Inhale. Big exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The inhale starts here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And 1 more inhale. And exhale. Good. Just take a breath at the top and split your fold. Take a breath and step into your standing extension. And exhale and fold. Bend your knees. Lift your gaze and unhinge. Good. And just arrive back in mountain pose. Roll your shoulders open. Let your thumbs turn out, palms forward. Just close your eyes for a moment. Focus on your breath. Good. Slowly bring the arms over the head. Probably want to open your eyes. Soften your left knee and turn to your right. Hinge over. And if you don't get to the floor, it's okay. Really twisting into this hip. Yeah. Now come up. Relax your right knee. And we go to the left. Push into that left hip. Come up center. Turn to the right. And come up through the center. And turn to the left. Come up into the center. Good. Now we're going to do that again, but we're going to add on, and you've got an option here. So you can stick with this relaxed knee, okay? Or you're going to push into that leg, and we're going to go to half moon. But you've got some options here. You can just do this. You can just do this, or you can combine them. So I'm going to twist and fold. Then I'm going to push through my standing leg and lift. Okay, so that's probably the one I'm going to do. It's actually a little bit harder, but it's more muscle incorporative. So, all right, inhale up. Now pick what you're going to do. I'm going to relax my left leg and hinge over. Then I'm going to straighten my left leg and lift into half moon. And then we're all going to bring our feet together and come up into chair. Good. Stand up in mountain. Now relax your right leg, turn left, go to your half moon right away, or once you're here, push through the right leg and lift into that half moon. Try to keep your right hand right in front of the right foot. That was a lot of the word right. Bring the feet together, up into chair. And if you really want an extra challenge, put a cat at your feet. Yeah. Inhale up. Relax your left. Hinge to the right. Go right to half moon or push off that left leg and up. Notice my hand is right in front of my left foot. Good. Feet together. Exhale up into chair. Lots of core work there. Lift. And relax your right. Hinge over to half moon. Or then lift to half moon. And feet together. Exhale up into chair. Good. Inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Lift to standing extension. Good. Bend your left knee again. Put your right hand on the floor. Step back with your right foot. Take a breath and revolve your lunge. Now put your left hand on the floor, or bring your left arm up to your leg. Now, this is not extended angle, so I'm not going to turn my back foot. My heel is going to stay up at the ceiling. Now you've got to really sink into your hips, then turn. So this is a counter revolved lunge. If balance is your issue, walk that left leg out further toward the side of your mat. Keep your heel up. The temptation is to turn it down, but then it's just an angle pose. And bring your hand to the floor, step back, downward dog. Take that left leg up. Good, bring it under you. Set it down. Now everybody's dropping to their hip, and you're gonna take this letter S here. 90-90 stretch. Just let yourself come forward into that left hip. Good, now keep your 90-90. Walk toward your left. Now you may come up on your hands. You might stay on your elbows. Focus on the turn of your spine. Walk back towards the top of your mat. And now we open up, recline here. Relax your right leg. Good, from here, just walk yourself to the left shoulder and all the way back to your mat. Hands to your mat. You'll be in tabletop. And just give me a cat, cow here, just kind of a reset on your own. Good, and now we're gonna take ourselves up to our shins. Take your left leg. So that's the one that was in front here just a second ago. Take that left leg out to the side, and you want to make sure that your shoulder, your hip, and your knee are in one line. Take a breath up with the right, lean toward the left. Think about pushing your right hip toward the right side of your mat. You can have your hand on your hip, in front, down low, but not on that knee. Try to increase the distance between your right knee and your right pinky. Good, come all the way over, hand to the floor. Reach down and grab your left foot. Good, now point your left foot perpendicular to your mat. And then try to open up your sternum toward the ceiling. Release your leg, put it back where it was. Good, now if you need to use your hands, that's fine. Take your right knee toward the outside of your mat. Your right foot is toward the inside of your mat. Push your hips back, slide your leg out. Find center here. So I don't want to be over this leg. I want to be in the middle. Good, bring yourself back to tabletop. Bring that left leg in. Now we're gonna take the left leg back, cross it up high. Good. Now just push yourself back. Now we're not trying to sit on the hips. We're trying to relax the hips back. You probably will have your right knee come off the floor, but push the hips back. Let your rib cage relax onto that top leg. Twisted child's pose. You should feel more like your inner thighs are crossed, touching each other than, just your knees. Breathe into your back here. Good. Come out of that. And we'll go to downward dog. Find your plank. And chaturanga to up dog. Tuck your feet, downward dog. And then we're going to walk it all the way into fold. Once you get to the top, take a breath in your standing extension. And then exhale and fold. And inhale, unhinge. Come up to the top with a big breath. And exhale into prayer. All right, we're going to do those half moons again. This time we'll start on our left side. So we're turning left. So don't let me get in your way. Yeah. All right. So relax your right leg. So from here, hinge to half moon, wrong body of space, or hinge over and then lift into your half moon. Inhale as the feet come together. Exhale up into chair. Press up. Hinge to half moon right, or relax the left leg and hinge, and then lift. Feet to the floor, exhale to chair. Lift that chair. Hinge left. Lift into that half moon. Of course, you can always just hold the hinge, right? Take the half moon completely out of it. Feet together. And chair. And lift. And now we go right. And feet together. And your chair. And press up. Take a breath. Forward hinge and fold. Good. Step back with your left leg. Sink those hips and we go to our revolve lunge. Now here comes our counter revolve lunge. So for balance, take the right foot wider if you need to. Keep the heel up. Turn left. You have to really sink into the hips here. Come up to the Forearm on the knee if you need to. And hands to the floor. 3-leg dog. Right leg up. Tuck that right leg under you and find your S stretch. Looks more like a Z here. Take a breath and just fold over your front leg. So we're not reaching back with the back leg like we do in pigeon. Good, and from here, walk yourself over to your right. Come up to your hands if you need to. Focus on the twist in that lower back. Walk yourself back to the top of your mat. Sit up and open up. Sink back. Relax your left knee. Let gravity just pull that knee down. Roll yourself back to the top of your mat and just bring yourself up to tabletop. Up into a cat stretch. Good. Find neutral and roll up onto your shins. Take your right leg out. Make sure you have a straight line, shoulder, hip, and knee. Take a breath. We're going to lift that left arm up. Think about pushing your left hip toward the left side of your mat. And again, you can put your hand down low on your hip, open with it, but keep it off of your knee. And we spiral, left hand to the floor, reach down and grab that right foot. Point your right foot in the opposite direction of your head. She's bringing me toys. Thank you. Good, release that. Come back up. Good, and then you can put your hands on the floor if you want to. Left knee goes towards the left side of your mat, right, the left foot in the center, push away, push the hips back. Remember not to be over that left leg, but centered. Bring that back up to tabletop. Now take that right leg, the one that was just behind you, push it straight back, cross the inner thighs up high, and then just push back. Start to let the spine relax, let the rib cage roll down onto that top leg. Push back into your hips, relax your neck. Bring that out. Push yourself up to downward dog. And then find your plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Tuck that back to downward dog and just on your own, walk that back to the top of your mat. Inhale into standing extension and exhale and fold. You should feel like you're folding more than when you first started class. Bend your knees and unhinge. Good. Just take some time to do some big shoulder rolls here at the top. Good. And inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. And we're going to go to seated. Take your legs out straight. Walk your sit bones toward the back of your mat. Flex your toes up and in. Yes, those toes. And then let the rib cage come forward to the hips. Doesn't matter if you big toe hold. You can even just set the hands on the floor. Try to keep your spinal integrity though. So you should feel like your spine is reaching toward the top of your mat, not headed towards the back of your mat. Good, walk that up, take your knees wide. Good, and fix that pubic bone so the pubic bone is pointed to the floor. Keep your hands behind you if you need to. Push forward. Again, the spine is reaching towards the top of your mat, not curling backward toward the back of your mat. Walk that up. Bring your knees to your mat, roll all the way back, take a breath, and push yourself up into a bridge. Let the back of your neck release. Good. Now inhale as you lower that down. Bring the hands above your head. Now exhale, pull the elbows to the knees. Now inhale as you set your feet back down. Let your hands go above your head. Exhale back up into a bridge. Inhale down, knees to elbows. Inhale down and bridge. Inhale down, curl it up. Inhale down and up into your bridge. Inhale down, curl. Inhale down, bridge. Inhale down, curl. Inhale down, bridge. 2 more. Inhale down, curl. Inhale down, bridge. Inhale down, curl. Inhale down and bridge. Lower that down. Give those legs a hug. Kind of rock back and forth here if you want to. And when you're ready, take a breath. Drop your knees to the left. Exhale, open up the right shoulder. Put that right arm out. Come to the center. Extend your legs up. Big toe hold. See if you can kind of lift your tailbone off the floor here. And then bend the knees. Drop them to the right. Exhale and open the shoulder to the left. Come back to the center. And this time, instead of big toe hold, take your arms on the inside of your legs, then reach for the outside of your foot. So your forearm is actually crossing your shin. And then let those legs open up. Happy baby. Relax into your lower back. And just on your own time here, begin to bring your feet to the floor together in reclined bound pose. You should kind of feel like here your back is going in the opposite direction as it was in Happy Baby. So take a moment to kind of enjoy that release. And then when you're ready, one leg at a time, either bringing them in so you can put your knees together or walking them out into your corpse pose. Let's take some arriving breaths here. I want you to feel your breath starting at the top of your airway. So the very, very back of your throat, and get a sense of a roll all the way to your belly. And then when you exhale, let it roll out. So it's going to start at the belly button, the very base of your core, and just let that roll out through your lungs and out to the back of your throat. And then we do that again, in through the back of the throat, all the way down, from the bottom back up to the top. Okay. Notice the softness in your jaw. Feel the muscles of your face relax. Welcome the heaviness of your arms and legs. Begin to feel your body in contact with the floor. Roll to one side. And when you're ready, join me seated. Just let your head fall side to side. Add some shoulder rolls. See if you can find a yawn. And let that jaw completely release. And let's take the arms up. Exhale, center. Inhale up. Push the room away. Roll the shoulders open. And one more time up. Bring the hands into prayer. God bless you. Namaste. Woo.
I love